If you're a controller player on Modern Warfare 3, listen up. I'm going to show you the best controller settings on Modern Warfare 3 that might trigger a couple of mouse and keyboard players. So share this with a teammate and hit that follow. So basically, I'm going to give you every controller setting that I have right now. Definitely customize this to your play style. I'm going to give you all my graphics settings and those kinds of things as well. Make your game look a little bit brighter, a little bit more colorful, those kinds of things. Giving you my audio layout, all the different audio settings to make footsteps louder, those kinds of things as well. So of course, we'll start here with controller settings. Edit button layout, I use the pretty much a standard layout. Right now, I'm using an aim controller. That's what I use. I don't play claw anymore because of the back paddles here. But if you are interested in purchasing an aim controller, we'll have that link down in the description. These are just standard for me. Again, I use back paddles and things like that. If you're on a standard controller, you don't have no interest in purchasing a custom controller or anything like that, definitely kind of turn this on. This is going to do is it's going to flip these two. So instead of having to pull all the way down the trigger, all you have to do is press the top one in order to fire and aim, which is a better response time on both Xbox and PlayStation 5 controllers, PlayStation 4 controllers also. So highly recommend that. Give you kind of that trigger button feel that you hear people talking about. Again, my aim controller comes with trigger buttons anyway, so I don't have to mess with that. But again, if you are on a standard controller, definitely turn that on. Stick layout preset, I've got mine default. A lot of people southpaw, those kinds of things. Mine's all my stuff standard when it comes to that. Controller vibration, definitely turn this off. This will cause stick drift faster if you don't turn this off. Trigger effect, you can put full haptics on, activate all the haptic effects, dead zone, resistance, and vibration. Weapon fire threshold, activate only the weapon's fire threshold. So this will activate the dead zone inputs that you put in right here, which I highly recommend. This is a pretty cool feature actually. So if they put this dead zone inputs on here, so if you see any of this stuff around here moving at all, like this or anything like that, you have stick drift, and you want to try to put these as low as possible until you get stick drift. If you don't have any stick drift, awesome, which I do not, it looks like. And then your right stick max, you want that maxed out. If you don't have any stick drift, awesome. If you do have a little bit of stick drift or something like that, you want to raise these until these stop moving, until they are like this. Just raise those left stick min and right stick min as much as possible. These left trigger and right triggers you definitely want at 0. We'll go over to aiming now. My horizontal stick sensitivity is a lot higher in this game. We're gonna have more movement, and so I'll probably end up raising this to about 13 once I start getting used to the game even more. So I'm going higher than I did for the Modern Warfare 2 settings, because the Modern Warfare 2 settings hardly any movement in that game. So we're gonna stick to our higher sensitivity for this game. Thank goodness. I don't mess with these sensitivity multipliers very much. Same with the vertical aim axis. I'm sure there's some stuff there, but I don't mess with much of it. My aim's just fine. My aim response curve type is going to be set to dynamic. ADS sense multiplier is going to be set to focus. My ADS sense multiplier, I have that at a 1. ADS sensitivity transition timing, I'm going to put that at instant. Custom sensitivity per zoom, probably not going to mess with this much right now. Most of it's pretty standard. If you do want to turn this on, this is what I used in Modern Warfare 2. That's going to change probably here in Modern Warfare 3, but we'll keep an eye on that. I don't see that being much needed in this game, but we'll do some tests on it. Target aim assist on, obviously, if you play controller, set to default. We'll check Black Ops, but I don't think it's going to be broken in this game. We're going to set it to default. Our ADS aim assist on for sure. Motion sensor behavior completely off. Anything motion related, motion blur related. All right, we're going to go to our gameplay here. So I've got automatic tactical sprint on, auto move forward. You want to turn that off, obviously. I've got this set to single tap from sprint. Ground mantle, you want that on. Automatic airborne mantle, you want to set that to partial. Automatic ground mantle, definitely off. This means once you get close to an object, if you have this thing on, it's going to auto mantle, so you won't be able to run up to anything or sprint up to anything without jumping over it automatically. So have that off so you have more control. Invert slide and dive behavior, we're going to set that to standard. Plunging underwater, we're going to set that to free. Sprinting door bash, turn that on. Ledge climb behavior, we're going to set that to mantle only. Slide cancel, we definitely want that on. You have the option to turn it off if you don't want to slide cancel, but why would you not want to? Aim down sight behavior, we're going to set it to hold, obviously. Change zoom activation. Mine's set to sprint, tactical sprint, and focus. Equipment behavior hold. Equipment wheel behavior hold. Weapon mount activation, I'm double tap ADS. So I would do ADS melee. My specific controller setup, I accidentally press the melee button all the time, and so I have this to double tap ADS if I want to mount my weapon. Just because of that reason, I accidentally mount sometimes, so it's super annoying for me, but we'll get that changed. Weapon mount exit delay, I've got this, we're gonna set that to instant. ADS and down button for tactical stance activation. This is that tac stance where you're gonna do the canted laser gun tilt that we had in Modern Warfare 2, but that's gonna be like a thing you can do with any weapon now, which is pretty cool. Tactical stance behavior, we're gonna on toggle. Interact reload behavior, prioritize interact. Armor plate behavior, apply all for sure. Once Warzone 3 comes out, you'll want that. But ADS stick swap, I've got that off. Depleted ammo switch on. Quick C4 detonation, I've got this as grouped, not one by one. Manual fire behavior, want to press. Vehicle camera recenter, short delay. If you play ground war or something like that, those kinds of things, that'll help. Camera initial position, we're going to free look. My lean out activation is the melee button. So that's it for the controller settings. I'm going to go to my graphics settings and show you my PC graphics settings. Most of these will still apply if you're on console like PS5, PS4, Xbox, whatever you're on. Some of these will still apply, so follow along there if you're interested in that. And definitely the color settings will still apply to you for sure for console, so that's no different. We're going to go to the graphics settings. We're going to display. I've got full screen borderless for my monitor. Display monitor is this 27G1S Innocent. I've got a 3080 here in the computer, so not anything crazy. My aspect ratio is a normal 16:9. VSync I've got off. Custom frame limit I've got it unlimited. Restart shaders preloading, nope. My display gamma is a 2.2. Brightness I've got set at a 50. Keep that as is even if you're on console. Constrain mouse to game window, I've got that off. Focus mode off. NVIDIA reflex low latency on. High HDR we're gonna have on if you're on PlayStation. Those kinds of things, that'll probably be on for you. I've got this off right now for a little bit higher frames for the game. For my quality, I'm gonna render resolutions set at 100. Dynamic resolutions off. Upscaling sharpening, I'm gonna have that off. VRAM scale target, I have that set to 90. Variable rate shading, I've got that on. My texture resolutions, we're going for frames here, so my texture resolution is probably gonna stick to low. My texture anisotropic is set to normal. Depth of field are gonna have off. You don't want that blur. If you turn that on, it's gonna be blurry around your weapon while you're ADSing. You don't want that. That way you can see around you. Detail quality level we're gonna have at high. This doesn't really do anything to your VRAM usage if you're on PC. Particle resolution, I've got this as normal. You can probably set it to low if you wanted to. Bullet impacts, I want to probably leave those on. Persistent effects, I've got those off. Shader quality, I've got low. On-demand texture streaming, this is something you do have on console. Turn it off. This is what downloads textures while you're playing the game. Turn this off. This will prevent a lot of frame issues. This will prevent a lot of lag or lag spikes and those kinds of things. Local texture streaming quality, I'll probably have this normal. Shadow quality, you can lower your VRAM usage there. I've set that to normal though, so should be fine. Screen space shadows, I've got those off. Ambient occlusion, static objects, GTAO, I've got those on. Screen space reflections, I've got those set to normal. Static reflection quality, I've got that set to low. Tessellation, I've got it on all. Terrain memory, I've got set to max. Volumetric quality is at high. Deferred physics quality, I've got that set to low. Ultra weather grid volumes, I'm gonna probably just put this in normal for the actual multiplayer experience. That way we're trying to get as few or as the most amount of frames possible. Water quality, I'm probably just gonna set this to default so that nothing's crazy, and we're gonna hit apply there. So my view is set at 120. This will allow you to have way less visual recoil. And the ADS field of view, we want that to set to affected. Weapon field of view, set that to wide. Vehicle field of view, I've got that at default. This is personal preference. If you want it wide, completely up to you. Turn this motion blur off. Looks terrible. Weapon motion blur off. This is max visibility right here. If you want to see things while you are moving, at least have a chance of seeing things while you're moving, turn these off, man. This has been a thing for the last 3-4 Call of Duties. Turn it off. First person camera movement, set this to least. Third person camera movement to least, and inverted flashbang. This will give you the dark flashbang. This will give you the white flashbang. Completely up to you. I keep it. I'm probably going to keep it white because every time I have the inverted one on, I think my PC shut off. All right, so we're going to stick with the graphic settings. We're going to go to interface. This is going to be your color customization settings. This will put everything and give it more color. I get a lot of questions of how I turn my enemies pink. I'm turning my enemies pink for the foreseeable future because it is so much easier to see than in like a red or something like that. So I'm setting those to pink. That's how you do it right there. Set whatever you want here. You can do whatever you want there. You can change your squad member colors as well. Completely up to you. My color filter, I've got set the filter to. We're going to set that to both, and we're going to set the world color intensity and the interface color intensity to 100. This will make your game a lot more vibrant. You can turn high contrast mode on. This will give you a little bit more crisp look for your game as well. I turn my crosshairs off. I turn my center dot on. This is how you get that little white dot in the center of my screen that I have all the time. You can make it as big as you want. I've got mine set to larger, not the largest, but the larger. And that's kind of it for my graphics settings. We're going to go to our audio settings now to help you hear those footsteps a little bit better. My audio mix is set to home theater. I've got some custom audio settings that I've gotten from my boy Artist War. Highly recommend him if you're on PC, but if you're on console, these would be perfect for you. You're going to use perks and stuff to help you hear your enemy footsteps better also. So I think enemy footsteps will be a lot easier to hear with bass audio settings than any of the other Call of Duties, basically, especially like these past 3-4 Call of Duties all the way back to Modern Warfare 2019. All of those had terrible audio quality when it came to footsteps. This will be a lot better, I feel like, overall, with just your bass, normal headset, or even your TV speakers. You'll have an easier time hearing. As long as you have at least some kind of surround sound, you'll be just fine. By the way, if you have Turtle Beach and you use Turtle Beach headphones and you're looking to get another pair, use code Mr. Marvel in the Turtle Beach store. Get you 10% plus off anything you order there. You want to set your master volume, leave that at 100, but we're going to turn our gameplay music volume all the way down to 0. Don't need it unless you're playing the campaign, but still don't need it. Dialogue volume, I'm going to set that to probably around 50, maybe 25, but it's a lot better in this game. Effects volume, 100%. Turn this all the way up. That's what your footsteps sound like. Cinematic music volume, going to turn this all the way down. So use these are perfect settings for anybody on console. And then you want to turn your mono audio off. So if you turn this on, basically all the footsteps, anything surrounding you will be merged into one right in front of you. You don't want that. You want mono audio on so that you can hear whether your teammate or your enemy is on the right or the left or in front of you or behind you. You don't want mono audio on. And then I like to reduce the tinnitus sound on. This is for flashbangs and things. Anything like really loud, it's going to soften it a little bit at least, so I don't go deaf before I'm 40. But yeah, those are your basic settings you can go by for your controller, graphics, color, audio, all that stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that noti bell so you don't miss another video like this or any of our top 10 loadout videos. We're gonna come out with this next week after we level all these weapons up. Hope you guys have a great day, and as always, good luck. Stay frosty. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.